Oh, yeah,
CBS 17.
CBS, oh, okay.
Nobody talks for me. I talk to every quarter.
You want to talk to him?
I will later.
With a worldwide pandemic, racial injustice, and police brutality, one man vows to see change in his local community.
My name is DeCarlos Locklear. I'm from Sanford, North Carolina, and I'm 40 years old. Well, I got into entertainment because at an early age, I just liked music a lot. I was writing a lot of music. That was my first passion, and to become an artist in the music entertainment. I was trying to aspire to be a rapper at a young age. My dad had a masonry company when I was growing up in the early 80s. I watched him build homes, all these houses and schools. Got that business entrepreneurship spirit from him. Pretty much when I was around 14 or 15 years old, I think I told my dad that one day riding around the city, I just said, Dad, I want to be an entrepreneur. I want to have businesses and I want to have multiple businesses. And that's something that I've been trying to do. A little music studio was when I first started out with a little studio, built from nothing, entertainment. And I was kind of like managing and I would organize a couple of things. We were doing shows, and that was kind of my first official little niche in it, kind of starting a little business. And then I ventured over into a restaurant in 2011. That's when I opened up Carly's South Bar and Grill. So at the time,
that's the GoPro you were talking
this place would fit about 300 people. Looking through the city, there wasn't a lot of things to do. This is where we would have the bar at over here. The first initial year, we did very well. I had a lot of support from the community with it. And I knew when I got the place that I was taking a risk. Stipulations in the lease was that you couldn't have a shooting, anything wrote up in the paper. That was one reason why I tried to run the place in a professional manner. We really had those nice times, but it was just a bad night. We had about 350 people in probably. Once we got the guy outside, I guess that's kind of when things kind of went left because the other guy was out here standing out and shots started getting fired towards the building at him. And the guy had nothing but to do, I guess, protect himself because he was getting shot at. And they just start shooting. And that was pretty much the end of Carly South. That was very low point of my life, because I really invested a lot into the business and I never wanted to see anyone get hurt out there, but I didn't let that stop me though. I decided to do other things. All the males on one side, all the females on the other side. Here, sir. Does everyone have an order of protest?
Thank you, sir.
One day I was just sitting out and I started thinking about some festivals or something, and I said I wanted to try my hand at doing some event organizing. And what I really wanted to do was bring the community and the law enforcement, because we was having all these issues also as well with police brutality and things going on in these communities worldwide. And I thought that, hey man, I might want to try to bridge the gap between the community and police department a little bit. So the Peace, Love, and Unity Music Festival was something that I began to write out. We were gonna have it in the fall and kind of let the kids come out and trick or treat with the local law enforcement. And we had a food truck rodeo, and also a artist showcase where we had national recording DJ Luke Nasty, who was out of North Carolina as well. That was my first festival, and we had a awesome turnout. Pay attention and listen, please. I've instructed you before that we will be on the sidewalk. All right? As we proceed, we are being silent. I want you guys to feel the emotion of a march. I have never marched a day in my life, and this is my last march, I promise you. If you are here for change, say yes. Yes. If you are tired of the same old system in Sanford, say yes. Yes. Thank you for coming out and supporting the Juneteenth Black Lives Matter March on City Hall. Governor Roy Cooper, on June 19th, he signed a proclamation for Juneteenth. That was something that was never celebrated in North Carolina before, and immediately that day, the wheels start turning on that, and I began to start trying to come up with this festival to do. I think it's very important because I never learned anything about Juneteenth when I was coming up in school. You know, I really didn't. It was something that I'd never heard of. I didn't start hearing about Juneteenth until I got older. Once I digged into it a little bit, I said, hey, you know, I think that Sanford, we needed something to identify and celebrate us, and I believe that this festival is something that all walks of life can enjoy and have a good time. Over the last 2 years, I have been coming across some information. These guys by the name of Know the Ledge Media. This brother named Red Pill was on there. Some of the history that they were talking about was old history that I've never heard before, and it was really intriguing. And I start watching and kind of getting enthused by some of the things, and after my own research, I was like, wow, this guy's talking some stuff that maybe some people in the city may need to know. I actually reached out to Red Pill. He answered me, and we start talking. One thing led to another.
Even before Los brought Red Pill to Sanford, we have to go back 2 weeks earlier and talk about what happened during the Felipe video shoot.
We came out here today to stand against the systematic racism and the injustices that goes on with our people, not only here in Sanford, North Carolina, but that goes on across this country and across the world. We have our people that's getting affected not only in our cities, but we got people that's affected overseas in these same hoods and boroughs where we come from. They don't give us the chance to speak. You see, the mayor isn't out here walking with us, nor is the police walking with us, taking a stand. But they provided a service for us to get our voices out, which we thank them for that. But we need them to, the point of this objective is need to take on Horner Boulevard is to have them stand with us. We understand that moving radical is how you get things done, and we'll move radical every single day until we get the justice that we deserve. We have a police chief that's been in office for 51 years. You hear me? 51 years.
51 years.
We're talking about second and third generation of KKK. You understand what I'm saying? It's deeper than that. Come on. We're gonna kill all that shit. Our generation is not going for it. I'm 27, I'm a 27 young black man. I know myself. Everybody out here knows they self. We move off of light and strength. We not scared. We have no spirit of fear. And we walk with a sound mind. We walk together. If anybody want to fight, they got to fight us all together. No justice. No peace. No justice. No peace. No justice. No peace. That's how we move.
Felipe, he comes back to Sanford, shoots a music video. This is during the time that the nation is in a heightened or a sensitive state because of the George Floyd killing. And I don't know how it became, whether it was actually planned or scheduled for Philip to actually lead the participants in the video to the MLK monument, or if that just randomly happened because of the atmosphere and everything that was going on in that moment during the shoot. But nonetheless, 24 hours after they filmed that music video, after the walk to the MLK monument, which was very peaceful, someone went and vandalized that monument, spray painted "All Lives Matter" on the MLK monument.
I already planned in 2019 to do Juneteenth Cultural Arts Music Festival. COVID's here in 2020 and shuts down. But in my spirit, the ancestors said, keep moving. Don't stop. This is the Lee County Courthouse. Okay. This is the jail right here.
So when we arrive at the courthouse, the entire courthouse is blocked off. And we start to approach it. There has to be at least 20 to 30 officers standing in the windows, armored up, for 2 men and a camera.
The Robert E. Lee statue. Okay.
strength in numbers is true. They are really, really scared of what they don't know because of what they see is happening with the rest of the country.
I'm not here to start no riots. I don't know where that came from. We're not riot starters. What we are truth speakers. The best thing that we could be doing in a march is to speak to our ancestors who we may have never met, but they never left you because they're in your blood. We have to finish their work. The only thing that's gonna get us out of this hellhole is our creativity, right?
We had a very nice dinner at Jacinthia's house yesterday. She fixed us a meal.
It was incredible.
Vegan meal. This brother came down here on some love today. For real, we had already planned for a Juneteenth festival and for COVID and a lecture, but it got canceled. And so I was like, man, you know what? I'm not finna let the ancestors down. You know what I'm saying? Forget COVID.
It was a beautiful turnout. I know that minds were sparked. You know what I mean? I know the wheels are gonna begin turning. We're gonna hear a lot more about Sanford, Lee County in the future.
I'd already been going through some situations in previous times with my employer, City of Sanford, and you know, my emotions was going high with George Floyd. So I felt like it was a good time to start breaking my stance and speaking my truths. I'd already kind of knew at the moment once I had made a decision that it was going to be a march that my people weren't going to like it, that I was working for, and they had called me in and kind of gave me that warning. And I told them I still was going to come with the march, and that's what I did. March on City Hall, City of Sanford, Juneteenth, 2020.
For tonight, a Black Lives Matter march. CBS 17's Kayla Strayer was there when it started and shows us the walk to the City Hall and to the police station.
So the Black Lives Matter protesters are out here at Sanford City Hall. They've been holding their fist in the air for 8 minutes and 46 seconds at a time. They're calling for justice for George Floyd. Protesters walked for about 30 minutes before stopping at City Hall, walking around City Hall and calling for justice and racial equality. At several times throughout this march, they've held their arms in the air, repeating the chant, "Mama, I can't breathe." Some crowd members getting emotional, some even crying during these chants. Everything that we've seen has been peaceful and orderly, and the organizer says that's how he wants it done. The crowd was told not to talk to any media out here, instead focusing on walking and standing in silence. So the rain has stopped for right now, but these protesters standing out here earlier when it was pouring down rain and thundering, trying to get their message heard loud and clear. Reporting in Sanford, Kayla Strayer, CBS 17 News.
All right. Let's go! Yeah, hands up! Don't shoot! So the actual march itself, the day, the way it was hot, stormy, with the sun in the sky at the same time. It was a feeling I can't explain, but it was a very powerful moment, taking that walk and the support that I had, all different walks of life, different little kids, white, black, the movement, it was happening, it was taking place on City Hall. Let's go. Man, go! Right here. Let's go.
Man, right here.
Yes, sir. Get on across the street. Get across the street. Yeah. 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 Stay behind there right now. It was peaceful.
made history today in Sanford. Y'all never talk about Sanford.
We're here.
You're here today. You're here today. Good thing. Good thing.
Give us an interview?
Absolutely not. Carlos already gave you instruction. Come on, man. I'm doing the same thing you doing. We know how to play the game. We're in the same field. Come on now.
Next 5 men, next 5 females. And just the spirit of it. Everybody was quiet. George Floyd. We did it for him. Follow suit. Get in behind. Next 5. Follow suit. Follow suit. Follow suit. Next 5. Roll 10. Roll up 10. Roll up 10. Get it right. How y'all doing today? Thank y'all for y'all support. Follow suit. 5 males, 5 females. Next line. 5. Follow suit. When you at the end, if it's just females, just follow suit. 5. A row of 10. Males, females.
1, 2, 3.
That's sage. Get used to it. $4:44? Ooh, that's a good time, 4:44. Let's start. Time now. Put your hands up high. Put your hands up high. Mama! I can't breathe! 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 The ancestors are with us, they are crying! The chants, the rain, how it was coming down, the thunder. Ancestors was with it. This is for George. And we could feel it. This is for all the victims who as we were yelling out mama at the hands of the police department. 8 minutes and 46 seconds. States, all over the world. Holding our arms up with power right there on the lawn. The sun came out. We're still in the moment of the ancestors are with us. We did it for them. I want you guys to go live and tell everyone to come out here and get them a plate. This is a community feeding, a celebration. We are barbecuing right here at the City Hall. And we gonna send the police department a plate.
Believe
They
it.
should come out here
They should.
and eat with us.
They should.
And understand that we are about peace. We're waiting on Hitman. We're waiting on Ronnie Allgall. We're waiting on Jamie Thomas. We're waiting on Hal Hegler, the city manager. We're waiting on these guys to come out here and greet us and explain to us what their new findings are and what they're gonna do for our community. And if we don't hear from them, we don't trust them. Because we out here on their lawn, fixing food, serving the community, and doing something positive. Has the police department ever fed y'all? Has the mayor ever fed y'all? Has the city manager ever fed y'all? Well, you feed them.
Very true.
You feed them.
Very true.
You feed them. They're eating off of us. So listen, he had some death threats, all kind of ill talkings about this group, and we proved them wrong. Once again, we have proved them wrong. How many people came to the pop-up Know the Ledge Media lecture yesterday? It was a free event. How many enjoyed that event? That brother travels all over the United States, travels all over the country, teaching positive message because he's been in the struggle. He's my friend. And there's no way that I can invite some person to this town for the first time. All he was doing was documenting and sharing with the world our city. So look, give everybody out here a round of applause for showing up. And now fall in line, children and women, please fall in line and get ready to eat. Males fall in afterwards. Advice that I would give to anyone trying to be an entrepreneur is don't be afraid to go out for your dreams. You're gonna have failures. That's a part of business. Being an entrepreneur, I don't think nobody can tell you that they started out and they got straight to the bag. You're gonna have those ups and downs. You gotta keep it moving. Entrepreneurship is not an easy thing, but you keep your wheels turning, eventually you'll get to where you gotta go.